Hi guys, so we are back with a new video for planning and implementing business connectivity services. So now I'll be going to my data DC machine, my domain controller machine, and I'll be opening Active Directory Administrative Center just to create an account, and in this we'll be configuring the BDC service application. Okay, so for the start we'll go ahead and create an account in my Contoso local in the IT, that is SharePoint BDC, so that this account can stay here in my domain controller, and after that I can go ahead and can do the same, and I will create it as a managed account for my SharePoint. Okay, so this is the password, and the next two options that we do for the password are not mandatory. It depends on whether you want to go ahead and do that or not. Okay, so now we'll shift to our SharePoint machine, and we'll register this particular account as a SharePoint managed account. So I'll open my shell, that's SharePoint management shell. I'll type the command as new -sp managed account. So I'm waiting for the shell to open. So guys, this is the machines that I have created on my virtual environment. You can also do that using Hyper-V or VMware, and you can create 3 different machines. That is domain controller, which has your Active Directory, your database machine, and your SharePoint machine. So now I am registering the account as a SharePoint management account. Enter the username and the password, and the account is registered. Now I'll go to my central administration to start the business data connectivity service. So guys, if you have any kind of feedback or any improvement that you need in the videos, you can post down in the comments. I'll go to my system settings, then I'll click manage services on the server so that I can start the BDC service, and after that I'll configure the business data connectivity service application. Okay, it's working on it. Ideally in these labs it don't take much time, but on your production servers it might take some time depending on the load on your server. I'll go to application management, manage service application, and then I'll create a new business data connectivity service application. I'm so sorry for this. Today my network is working a bit slow, so it might take some time. You might see some lag or something. Okay, it's working on it. You can give any name that you want to, just so that we can recognize it by the name. I'm giving it a name as Contoso BDC. Guys, BDC and BCS are almost the same thing. BDC is business data connectivity and BCS is business connectivity services. I'll create a new application pool, that is SharePoint Contoso BDC, and then I'll add the account that I created with the same application pool. Okay, so once this is created, most of the organizations store information in a variety of disparate systems, and they go ahead and, like, often these organizations wants to be able to view, interact with the update information from the system from a single interface. Okay, so to connect the external sources with my current SharePoint environment, I use BCA so that I can access the external systems as well. Okay, so BCS is basically a collection of technologies that enable you to query, view, and update data from external systems. In this video we'll learn about the same only. Okay, so now I'm managing my BCS, In this I'll pick as control to administrator, because the administrator would be the one who will be setting the metadata store permissions. Now I'll give all the permissions to my administrator. And if you can see, propagate all permissions to all BDC model, external system and external content types, so that it can access all the external models, external content types and external systems. So as this is done, I'll go to create a profile page for the so that I can host the external content types. Okay. Guys, don't mind, while recording this video I made a mistake in the command. So as you can see, this command won't work because there is two NNEW. It has to be new hyphen SP web, that's SharePoint web, and that URL on which this profile page would be working would be sharepoint.contoso.com/profile pages. If you need commands related to your SharePoint, you can ping me, or you can ask me in the comments. It didn't work as I said you. I'll just go ahead and refresh the command. It would work now. So this profile page that will be created, I'll be going ahead and will be, in my business data connectivity service application, I'll add this particular profile page and will configure it accordingly. Alright. It's taking a lot of time. It depends on your system to system and your environment. If your environment is too heavy, it might take some more time. If your environment, you don't have much in your environment, because like this is my test environment, so it won't take more than a minute or two, but in a normal production environment it might go up to like 10 to 15 minutes. Similarly, I'll go to manage service applications, I'll go to my BDC and I'll click on manage. Now if you're on the top right, you can see I'll go to profile page and click on configure. Yes, over here I'll go to and I'll enter my new profile page that I've created, that is sharepoint.contoso.com/profile pages. Okay, so now if you are accessing your external links, this particular page will be the one on which you will be going ahead and will be accessing your external links, and this page would be the one on which you will be getting, or you will be viewing your external contents that you will be synchronizing or you'll be attaching with your SharePoint environment. Alright, now after this we have created and configured a business data connectivity service application instance. Now I'll go ahead and configure a secure store service. Once these two are configured, then we'll go ahead and manage them accordingly. Okay, similarly as we did in BDC, we'll create another account for secure store service. So over here, SharePoint SSS means SharePoint secure store services. So now again we are following the same drill. Create an account in your domain controller and then go to your SharePoint machine and register it as a SharePoint managed account. Okay, I'll again open my shell. You can do it using a command line, or you can also go ahead and do it using your central administration. For central administration, if you want to register any managed account, go to security, click on managed accounts, and then over there add new, and from there you can do the same, will result in the same. So after registering it as my managed account, I'll again start the service for secure store. Once the service is started, then I'll go ahead and create secure store service application. So now I'm creating a new secure store application. So guys, in many organizations, users maintain several sets of credentials for access to different systems and applications. So if you want to provide a consolidated view of data across these systems and application, you need to provide a single sign-on experience. Basically, in SharePoint 2016, the secure store service maintains a secure credential store that maps SharePoint user identities to external system credentials. This allows the BDC runtime to authenticate to various external systems on behalf of a user without prompting the user for credentials. Okay, so that's the reason we are configuring this with the BDC now. After BDC, we configure our secure store, and then we'll go ahead and manage them together. Okay. Attach the same account with a new application pool. Click on OK. So once this is done, I'll go ahead and generate, or I'll create a secure store master key. So this key, I'll go ahead and add a passphrase. You can choose your own password. So the reason why we create a secure store master key is because secure store services uses an encrypted database to store external credentials. Before you can use the secure store services, we should generate a master key to encrypt our database. Okay. We can do it using central administration or through PowerShell. The command is update-sp secure store master key. Alright. Once the key is being generated, we'll go to manage our BDC and secure store. So for this, we'll create a new target application for my secure store. So the reason why we're creating a target application, because if you want to use secure store service to manage credential, you must first create a target application. So now a target application is the unit of management in the secure store service and defines one or more credential mapping for a specific external system or application. Okay. So for every target application, there is a target application ID that uniquely identifies each target application. Okay. I can choose that whether this application is for a group of people or for an individual, right? So once this is done, I'll set the credentials for my target application. It will be Contoso administrator, and this Contoso is my domain, and I'm giving the rights, and I'm working as an administrator. So for in your organization, you can choose any other administrator that you want to give the rights to. Okay. So it's working on it. Let's wait for it to create that particular target application. this is the credential for your target application. You're securing, you can securing your target application and setting the credentials for it, giving it the as your administrator. This being done, I'll go to my managed service application and I'll go to the BDC and I'll try to import. So guys, I do have you know already exported. I have already downloaded a file. There is a .bdcm file that is basically a Microsoft Visual Studio Business Data Connectivity Model file, just to show you. Okay, so I'll go ahead and import it here. So it basically has the information of some other employees that are not there in my domain controller. Okay, but I'll go ahead and import these users into my SharePoint using BTC. Okay, now after this I'll associate this particular external system in the BTC with the target application through which it will be working. Okay, so now I'm linking both of them, the BTC and the target application. Change it to your Contoso DWTA, the target application that you have created previously. So now I'll go to my sharepoint.contoso.com. Have to sign in using your administrator. Or can be the account that you are used to authenticate your site pages or your web applications. So now what exactly I'm doing, I'll be creating an external list. Okay, or I'll be creating an external list to review the data that I have linked with my SharePoint, the external data that I've linked with my SharePoint. So I'll create the same. So I will go to my site settings. Then I'll go to my add an app. Rather than going ahead and scrolling through it, simply go on the top to search. It would be much more easier. Here, type employees, because I am in this practical importing the list of employees, so I'm typing employees here. So I'll go to my employees and I'll see that all the employees that were from my external list are already synchronized here. Okay, so if in the previous frame, have you seen that there were no employees with the same name in my DC as well, right? So this was all about your secure store and the BDC application. Please do like, share and subscribe on the channel. Please like the video. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.